Reports in Optmyzr are based around templates. That means you can have just a handful of templates that serve many clients. So if you have to make changes, you make them in a few templates, and those changes will be reflected for all of the clients leveraging that template. Now, of course, if you prefer having one template for each client, that's also a possibility. Let me show you how you build a new template. There's two options. Either you create a new template right here from the reports template and designer, or you can go and take one of the existing reports that Optmyzr has already built and make a duplicate from that. So typically someone would want to do a monthly report. You can choose whether you have conversion data, conversion value data, or your client doesn't track conversions and start with one of these. If you were using the report with conversions, go to the hamburger menu, click duplicate, and then you'll be able to start tweaking that report to your heart's content. But here, let me show you how you create a new template from scratch. Let's call it demo. So this is the report designer for the new report that we're specifying. You have a list of all the available widgets on the left-hand side. If you click on one of these, it'll pop that widget at the bottom of your report. If you wish to insert a new widget in between existing widgets, you can do it like that. Okay, let's go to the top of the report and explain a few other things. Reports have date ranges. These are typically relative date ranges. That means that if you're generating a report in August, it'll know that last month refers to July. And when you run that same report in December, it knows that last month would be November. That's why it's useful to use relative date ranges. Now, oftentimes what you might want to do is compare last month's performance to the performance of the month before that. So that's why we have two date ranges here. I can add a couple of more date ranges through selectors. So let me add two more. I'm also going to add last month of last year. And because I want to include a chart with 13 months of running data, I'm going to make that my fourth date range. All of these date ranges now become available for the widgets that I have down the report. This is my table of contents, by the way. So if I quickly want to jump to my quality score chart, I just click on that, and then I get the specifications for that specific widget. Now notice in the date range, I have access to the 4 date ranges I specified at the top, or I can create a new one if I need one more. Now the nice thing is, if I were to use date range 1 last month, and then later on I decide I wanted to use a different date range like this month, that quality score widget, because it's referring to date range 1, has automatically been updated to this month. Even though we want to make it super easy to generate these reports for your clients, you want to make them feel very special by showing that these are reports generated by your agency for that specific client. That's where report customizations and the cover page will come in handy. So for example, you might want to choose a color theme that fits the color scheme of your agency or of your client. You can also put in a cover page, either specifically for this account that would have the client's logo on it, or you could have a template default, which is probably just your agency's branding on it. And likewise, you can have a footer image. The footer image will be rendered on every single page of the reports, so that no matter what page the client is looking at, they'll be reminded that this has been generated by your agency. If you prefer not to have a cover page, you can also click that button right there, and that'll hide it. Now, aside from the visual first page that we have, the cover page itself includes the date ranges of the report, which account this is for. You can put on your company name, and you can also have one more place to put your logo as well as the client's logo. So you can put 2 logos on the cover page, maybe your client's logo first, your agency logo second. You can always have a default. So if no specific image is specified for this specific account, then we're going to revert to the template default. But when we do have a logo or an image for that specific account, then that's what we will render. And then to truly white label it, you'll want to hide the Optmyzr logo, which is an option you will have available as soon as you become a paid customer.